Hi, and welcome to Crave Students Podcast. We are a ministry of Tri-County Worship Center in Seneca, South Carolina, and we meet on Sundays at 6 p.m. I am your host, Derek Huskamp.
My life be like a movie with no Quentin Tarantino, and I'm fresher than a Grammy nominee in a tuxedo. Say wow, shut the city down. Say wow, take over the town.
What's up, listeners? I'm your youth pastor, Derek Huskamp, and I'm here to bring you this week's podcast devotion. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I spoke about last Sunday, and it was how God brings this opportunity of QT cup of coffee to change my outlook on some things. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, and if you heard me on Sunday, you know where this story's going, but I just thought it was amazing how God uses a cup of QT coffee to kind of mold my life, to help tell me a story. And it's kind of cool because we've been talking about the parables at church, so it kind of just hits on all levels. But the story goes that I took a cup of coffee, of QT coffee, to go cut grass one day. And I laid it on the shelf in the lawnmower shed, and I thought of nothing else about it. And, you know, a couple weeks go by. A bunch of hot, sunny summer days here in the South go by. And I don't think anything about it. But then I take my fresh cup of coffee to cut the grass again, and I put it down on the shelf and didn't think anything. And then all of a sudden I pick up the wrong cup of coffee, had no clue. I drive out of the lawnmower shed. And the crazy thing is that I took a sip of this old cup of coffee, and as soon as that something hit my teeth, it was game over. I knew that coffee had changed, and it had changed for the worst. And so what God kind of used this as an example and of something to tell me was that a lot of times when we stay stagnant, we change into something that is way less than desirable. I'm trying to tell you guys that you can't just sit in the back of a church. You can't just play church. You have to change. And I read in this book one time, and it says that we are born a piece of coal. We have to change into fire. And I thought that was pretty awesome, and I thought it kind of ringed a bell here because of the fact that, coal by itself is nothing. But once you ignite that coal, once you put the match to it and it changes its composure, then all of a sudden you have warmth, you have something to cook off of, and now it changed into something better. And it's kind of cool because over in the office, we have this sign on the wall, and it says this: healthy things grow, growing things change, change brings opportunities to trust in God. And now I know what you're thinking right now probably is that a lot of times we get worried about change. Change scares a lot of people. And I don't want you to be afraid of that. I don't want you to be scared to change, because God brings that opportunity to help you grow and to grow into something that He has planned that is going to be awesome for you. And so I think about it this way too. I think about what has changed in my life and what has adapted me to who I am today. And that's one of them is a missions trip. I was always that guy that said, why fly over a missions field to get to a missions field? And now I went to my first missions trip at Panama here with Tri-County Worship Center, and it changed my life forever. I will never be the same again because of that one missions trip. That one time when I decided I was not going to I was not going to stay stagnant. I was going to step out, and I was going to change my outlook on some things. And so, hey, look, it's just a quick devotion for you guys, just a quick devotion for this podcast. I love you guys, and I do not want you to stay stagnant, man. I do not want you to be a bad cup of QT coffee. I don't want you to be a lump of coal without the fire that God set forth in your life. So get out, make some changes, and grow, and let God do some amazing things in your life.
Tightest wraps around, we ain't talking about burritos. My life be like a movie with no Quentin Tarantino, and I'm fresher than a Grammy nominee in a tuxedo. Say wow, shut the city down.